Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. I hope that you are all good. In today's video we're doing this really simple one now builder gel in a bottle design using these really cute water decals from Miss Lucy UK. Now I am working on top of a press on nail tip, so I've already done my prep and applied my press on nail. If you want to see how I do that, I will try and leave a video linked in the description box below where I show you guys the steps for doing that. Before this set I had already done that off camera. So I'm coming straight in with the design, and to start off with I'm using the Kiki London Easy Build Up Gel in Crystal Clear. I'm just using this to mix in and apply my glitter. This beautiful glitter mix is from Charlie's Nail Art, and I'm not at my nail desk at the moment and I've completely forgotten the name of it, but it's such a gorgeous mix, so I will find out and leave it linked in the description box below. Now I'm just going to mix a little bit of this in with that clear builder gel. We don't need lots for this particular design, so I didn't want to pop too much down on my palette because it would have been wasteful. But I did feel as though my glitter to builder gel ratio was a little bit off. There was more glitter than there was builder gel, so I just added a little bit more just to mix that through, because then it's going to make it a little bit easier to apply. Now I only want this glitter down at the cuticle area, so I'm taking my round nail art brush, which is also from Kiki London, and I'm picking up that builder gel and glitter mix and just starting off by getting it nice and neat in the cuticle area. I'm really sorry I kept stopping there. My daughter come in and started speaking to me and it really threw me off, so I just stopped what I was doing. But all I'm basically doing is nudging those glitters around, starting off with just a really small amount on my brush, and I'm just using circular motions to get a nice neat cuticle line. One of the things I love about these kind of multi-cut glitter mixes, gosh, I couldn't get my words out. What I love about them is because they have got finer glitter pieces in there, it's really easy to get a nice neat cuticle line with them. But if you are using a more chunky glitter mix, I would recommend putting a finer glitter mix or a colour down first of all. I love this mix because there's a mix of iridescent and opal effect glitters, and they're my two favourite style of glitters. And it also has these super cute kind of like transparent pink hearts, so it really worked for a Valentine's design. And then as we're working our way down to the middle section of the nail, I'm starting to create a bit of a glitter fade. I've made sure that I've kept those hearts down more in the cuticle area so that you're going to be able to see them, because we're going for a bit of a hidden glitter effect. Once all those glitters were in place, I popped this in to cure for 60 seconds, and then we're going to be taking Snow Glaze, which is also from the Kiki London Easy Build Up range. The Easy Build Up range is Kiki London's builder gel in a bottle range, and they are my go-to builder gel in a bottles. Now to start off with, like I said, I wanted to have a bit of a hidden glitter effect. This is a soft transparent white. It's not too opaque if you work in thin layers with it. If you want to build up the opacity, you can build up the layers, but I wanted to start off by putting a really thin layer down, working it around all of those glitter pieces and really working it into the nail. And then I'm just painting this first layer on like I would a gel polish. I kind of like how when you're doing a full builder gel now and you're building up and you're doing your slip layer, so that's kind of what this layer is, but I worked it into those glitter pieces a little bit more. Then I have left that wet and I'm picking up a larger ball of gel on my brush. Now the Kiki London builder gels, they have a medium viscosity thickness, so I personally prefer that. But if you want them to be a little bit more runnier, or you're finding them a little bit hard to work with because of the thickness, then just warm them in your hand. So you just hold the bottle in your hand or pop it between your legs, and it warms the gel a little bit and it makes it that little bit more runnier. But when working with gels, I have always found that I personally find the thicker they are, the easier they are to work with, because they don't run all over the place. Now I've finished off that layer of builder gel and I popped that into cure, so we're going to come in with our second layer. Now again, I'm starting off with a really thin slip layer, just painting that over the glitter area. I don't want to build up too much thickness because we're working on top of a press on nail, but I wanted that glitter to have that hidden milky effect to it. So I've popped down a thin slip layer, and then I'm going to pick up my ball of gel. I'm running low on this particular colour, so it was a little bit tricky to get out of the bottle. But I'm picking up that ball of gel, and then with this ball of gel, I'm kind of going to work with it. I'm going to work with it fairly thin over the glitter area, and I'm pulling a lot of that product down towards more of the center and the tip of the nail, just so that we build up all the strength and structure with this layer, because I'm not going to be encapsulating in clear. So I wanted to make sure there was enough thickness built up. Now, you don't necessarily have to build up thickness when you're working on top of a press-on nail, but I do prefer it, especially if I'm going to be wearing the nails for, you know, a week or so. Once I'm happy with how that builder gel application has gone on, I'm just working the product from side to side, keeping it out of the cuticle area. You can hold your nail upside down for a few seconds if you wish to help pull it into the center of the nail, but I do find that this particular builder gel self-levels quite nicely. So once I had finished that, I did pop it into cure for 60 seconds and then cleanse the nail using a little bit of alcohol to remove that tacky inhibition layer. And then I'm just going to come in and file. Now, one of the amazing things about builder gel is it files effortlessly. So I'm starting off using the 100 grit side of my file, but I'm really not doing too much work with the 100 grit side. I'm just going around that cuticle area, just contouring it in a little bit, and then I flick to the 180 grit side of my file, just because I find that a 100 grit side can be a little bit too harsh and take away too much of the builder gel. When I'm working with builder gel, I only really use that 100 grit side if I'm doing a full removal. I find that the 180 grit side is sufficient. So once I'd contoured the nail and gone over the surface of the nail, I'm just fixing up that shape a little bit. There wasn't too much work to do with the file, to be honest. I'm just making sure it's nice and crisp. And as you can see here, it has built a fairly nice apex, and I was quite happy with the overall structure of the nail. So I then off camera cleaned away all of the dust that's from filing, give the nail a good scrub with some alcohol, and we're now ready to apply our water decals. So as I said, these water decals are from Miss Lucy UK. I'm not 100% if these ones are still available, but if not, she has an amazing selection of Valentine's water decals up on her site at the moment. I do also have a discount code from Miss Lucy, so I will pop that in the description box below. Now, because I've applied my water decals over a finished file now, I like to apply a layer of wet base coat and set them down into that. This is completely optional, but I just find it a little bit easier when I am working over a finished file now to do them this way. So I've applied my layer of base coat, I've not popped that into cure, then I've popped down my water decal on my stamper, dampened the back of it with some room temperature water, peeled off that backing paper, and then I'm just going to press this down. You don't necessarily have to use the stamper method, but I do find it easiest for applying my decals. Then as you see, it kind of sinks down into that base coat. It's not going to slip inside or move around, but if you did want to move it around into place, you could. And that's another reason why I love applying them with the base coat. I did cure that layer of base coat before I come in with my top coat. And for my top coat, I'm using the Kiki London No Wipe rubber top coat. This is my go-to top coat for sealing in any kind of water decals or foils. So once I'd applied that, I popped this in to cure for 60 seconds. I thought it looked so cute. I did allow my top coat to cool for a minute or two, but I'm then going to take the Kiki London cuticle oil and just apply a little bit of this just to replenish and nourish those cuticles. So I'm really rubbing and massaging this in. I just want to take a moment to apologise that my glove ripped halfway through this and I just couldn't be asked to change it. So that's why it does look a little bit silly. But anyway, once I'd finished rubbing in that cuticle oil, this was the finished result. These were really simple to do, and I think they would look lovely as a full set. But let me know in the comments below what you thought of this design. As always, do check out the description box because I have left all the products I've used there. And please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you all so much for watching. Lots of love. Take care. Bye bye.